The one-arm pull-up, an absolutely awesome exercise and a big goal for many athletes. Now, on my channel a few weeks ago, I got a question asking about one-arm pull-up prerequisites. Basically, someone asking me what type of strength you should have, or what type of capabilities you should have before you embark on the journey of the one-arm pull-up. And I sat down and I thought a bit about this, and usually when people discuss it, they talk about what type of weighted pull-up you should be able to do before starting the one-arm pull-up training. So how many % of your body weight should you be able to pull in addition to yourself on a 1 rep max weighted pull-up? And I gave it some thought and I figured, okay, what type of percentage would I put as that number? And also, are there any other exercises? And I started thinking about this, and I started thinking about, you obviously have the weighted pull-up, but you also have pulley-assisted one-arm pull-ups, and that can be done with, your entire body weight hanging from the other side. So those might be something to look at. And lots of different exercises like archer pull-ups, typewriter pull-ups, etc. But the longer I sat, the more I realised that it's not really about that. First, I can clear up that when I first started training for the one-arm pull-up, I'd gotten a weighted pull-up of just underneath 75% body weight. At the time, I weighed 67 kilos and I managed to pull 50 kilograms as a 1 rep max. I've got a video on it if you guys want to see it. And that was a pretty darn strong pull-up and pretty darn good body weight sort of percentage in terms of that weighted pull-up to start on the one-arm pull-up journey. I've heard of people that have started when they've done 50% and even less. And most YouTubers I've seen talk about this have said that if you want to start training for the one-arm pull-up, a good starting point is that you can do 50% of your body weight in like additional weight on a weighted pull-up. And I mean, that's a nice base level of strength, and sure, I guess there's some validity to it. A lot of these people that talk about it are incredibly good at one-arm pull-ups, way stronger than I am currently, and can do several reps on both arms and have a great strength levels themselves. But personally, I started when I got to 75%, right? And this is one of the things that is a bit strange with the one-arm pull-up. It's such an elite skill. And as someone that considers myself naturally gifted and naturally good at pulling strength and pulling exercises, I remember so many times in my one-arm pull-up journey when I worked towards this move, so many times where I literally thought that this might be physically impossible for me to achieve. And think about that for a second. If you are a person that wants to achieve the one-arm pull-up, genuinely wants to achieve it, whether you are more or less inclined to pulling exercises, as someone that's always had a lot of pulling strength, I had several moments, several times in my one-arm pull-up training where I genuinely believed that I was physically unable to ever achieve this move. I had moments where I really believed that, I've trained for this particular little bit of the movement for 3 weeks and I feel like I'm just stuck, like I can't budge this centimetre up in the movement. And what I've learned from this experience, and what I'd say is the biggest prerequisite for the one-arm pull-up, is patience. You hear people talk about this all the time.
Quit, don't quit. Noodles, don't noodles.
You need to be patient with whatever you want to do, whether you want to start a business, reach a particular training goal, yada yada yada. It's sort of become a cliche, right? Patience, and you need to have patience, but it truly is a thing that needs to be on board when you want to embark on this journey, because you'll have moments, trust me. If you won't, then you're somehow a freak of nature, because most, if not everyone, that embarks on this journey will experience times where they either think they're not up for it, or if it's not a mindset thing, it's one of those, it takes a lot of time to teach your body to do this, and it's an awesome exercise, it's a big goal of many people, but I'm telling you, if you want to achieve this, the biggest thing you need to have as a foundation is patience. For me, I thought it would take, maybe a few months here and there, but here's the deal, to do it consistently and to do it well, it takes a lot of time. Currently, I've been training it for months, and I don't want this to be some wishy-washy YouTube channel around, how everything's perfect and suddenly you unlock the one arm pull up and you can just one arm muscle up your way through life. Like, that's not how it works. Like, being completely transparent, I have days where I still cannot achieve the one arm pull up. And even more mind blowing, I haven't ever achieved a single rep on my right arm. So this might actually be quite common. I've seen other YouTubers sort of talk about this. That either have tried to achieve the movement or they have, but only with one of their arms. So it's one of those things where, like, there are so many variables involved, right? How well you sleep, how well you eat, like weight fluctuations, like strength levels, even like motivation and stuff. Like, from the tiniest things of like some sessions where you listen to music and you feel like you're doing incredibly well in your training, and then other times when it's a bit more quiet or it's just you, or maybe there's music and but like for some reason you feel a lot weaker. Like, all of these fluctuations, and they might superimpose in different ways. So I'd say it's a long journey. It's a long ride to get sort of to the top. And even as someone that has achieved it and has done quite a few reps, at least on my left arm, and almost pretty decent reps on my right arm, although never fully, so that is emphasized. Patience is the biggest thing. I've had several days where I thought, like, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Maybe it actually is. I believe this. That was physically impossible for me. Like, whatever I do, whatever things I can alter, we're talking weight, we're talking training regimen, I thought for a second that whatever I do, it might never become a reality for me to do a one-arm pull-up. But being patient with myself, having a good mindset, that's what got me through. You have more and less effective exercises, obviously, but the main bit I'd take away from this video, if I were you and you really want to achieve the one-arm pull-up in the future, or you're currently training for it, is give it time. With that said, there are better exercises and worse exercises I mentioned, and one of the best exercises I used is the isometric hold, probably the best exercise to gain one-arm pull-up strength. So if you're interested in that, consider watching the video that pops up on the screen right now. But without further ado, thanks for watching, and as always, remember to keep on training, train what you love, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.
You just need to believe.